Hello students, today we are going to discuss another very interesting and important chapter in our syllabus, that is principles of biotechnology. So at first, when we are discussing biotechnology, we have to think of what is biotechnology. Now basically earlier biotechnology was mainly meant for the production of various products which are of human use, clear, but nowadays gradually biotechnology has developed itself a lot, and now the definition of biotechnology can be as the integration of natural science with the organism or their cells or their parts or even the molecular analogs, clear, for the products and services. So for products which we can use as well as for services. So that is modern definition for biotechnology. So in modern biotechnology, there are two basic things. One is the genetic engineering, that is the alteration of gene, clear, and as a result, alteration of the phenotype for various welfare. And for this alteration of gene and maintenance of this, and we need a very sterilized condition, clear, and these maintenance and production of that sterilized condition is under chemical engineering. So genetic engineering and chemical engineering, these are the two basic parts of modern biotechnology. Now earlier we know that this introduction of new gene was done through hybridization programs, and these hybridization programs it was immensely used for interspecific hybridization, specific generic hybridization, clear. So different hybridization procedures we have done, but the problem is that when we are hybridizing two organisms, the hybridization technique process is done between two organisms. Now what happens when we are trying to introduce a particular desirable gene in an organism, we don't have any control over it, and as a result, along with this desirable gene, it may happen that many undesirable gene may also enter in the organism, and as a result we may get that specific part as we desire, but it is not that whole, clear. We may get some undesirable gene, as a result some undesirable phenotypic effect, clear. And but in biotechnology, the special technique of recombinant DNA technology, where a particular gene is first of all separated from the DNA, and then that particular gene, which is desired gene, that is separated from the whole DNA, and finally that particular segment is only introduced in the organism, that is highly specific and does not allows the entrance of any undesirable gene. So highly specific and undesirable, there is no chance for entrance of undesirable genes. So all these are the advantages which we get from modern biotechnological processes. So the two techniques, major techniques, basic techniques which provided a boom to modern biotechnology are the recombinant DNA technology, that is alteration of the gene, clear, and addition of certain genes into the organism, or you can substitute it certain genes. And another thing is suppose we are substituting or we are altering a gene, clear, so that is only one copy and that will not serve our purpose, clear. So for production of any product or for any purpose, we need a numerous copy of that particular introduced gene in the organism. So another thing is very important, that is gene cloning, clear. So gene cloning, the recombinant DNA technology and gene cloning, these are the two basic steps, clear, which has provided a boom in the modern biotechnology. The first recombinant DNA technology was done by the antibiotic resistant gene, which is native in the plasmid of the Salmonella typhimurium. So this antibiotic resistant gene was cut by restriction endonuclease clear, an enzyme, and then that particular gene is transferred to a plasmid and added into the plasmid by the DNA ligase, and finally clear this modified plasmid is introduced in the Escherichia coli, clear, and as a result the Escherichia coli got that antibiotic resistance property of that particular antibiotic resistance. So this is the first recombinant DNA technology which was there, and later on we have developed a lot and we have seen a lot of processes going on. And then these resistant gene was multiple copies of this resistant gene was grown in the bacteria, clear, by the DNA polymerase anon, and that is the gene cloning. So these two basic steps are now is the base of the modern biotechnology. So if we go on for the steps in biotechnology, first of all we have to find out our desired gene and we have to separate that desired gene from the organism. Then it is the first step. Then these from not only from organism, from other genes also, and then the second step will be to introduce this gene in the host where it will function and we will get the product from there. And third is the maintenance of this genetically modified host, clear, where the alteration gene has been done, and for the production of the products of our desire. So these are the three basic steps, clear. So first of all, if we go on for the recombinant DNA technology, we'll find that, so first of all, when we have to isolate, we have to go for the isolation, searching and isolation of the desired gene, and that when we are to put in the host cell, so that is the part of the recombinant DNA technology. And if we go on for the recombinant DNA technology, then what are the steps? Let us see. In recombinant DNA technology, the steps are as follows, clear. So first of all, it is the isolation of the DNA from the host cell, or from the cell, clear, where the desirable DNA is there. So we have to isolate that DNA from the cell. Next, this DNA will be fragmented, clear, because a part of it only contains our desired gene. So this whole DNA we don't need. So we have to fragment this DNA by the enzyme called restriction endonuclease. Next is the isolation. That means now we have got many fragments, but all fragments are not of our use. We have to select the fragments which contain the desirable DNA or desirable gene of our interest. So next will be the isolation of the desired DNA fragments. Clear, by the gel electrophoresis, we can isolate the desired DNA fragments from the bulk of the DNA fragments. And next is the ligation of this desired DNA into the vector, which may be plasmid, which may be any other vector. Clear, vector is that which will take this desired DNA to the host cell. Clear, which will introduce the desired DNA to the host cell. So we have to attach this desired DNA with the vector, and next is the transfer of this recombinant DNA into the host cell. So now this DNA will be transferred to the host cell, and finally this host cell is to be cultured, it to be maintained, clear, in the bioreactor, and finally the products when formed, that will be extracted. So this is the steps which we will follow in our recombinant DNA technology to produce our desired products from a desired gene. So let us first discuss the isolation of DNA. So once we have got the once we have ended the search of the desired DNA, and now we have found out the organism which is containing our desired DNA. So what we have to do, we have to take the cell and we have to isolate the whole DNA from that cell of that organism. So once we get the find a desired DNA, the organism containing the desired DNA, we have to take the cell from that organism and we have to isolate the whole DNA, clear? And that also in pure form. So what we have to do, we have to isolate that whole DNA into pure form. So now think of a cell. If it is an animal cell, no problem, we don't have any cell wall. But if we think of the bacterial cell, we think of the plant cell, if we think of the fungal cell, everywhere we'll find cell wall. So to get the DNA, first step is to how to manage this cell wall. Now cell wall are made up of certain biochemical components, clear? And if we can use the enzymes, clear, which can degrade these biochemical components, so easily we can, these enzymes which degrade the biochemical components, so easily we can break the cell wall. So in case of plant cell wall, cellulose is the component of the cell wall which is broken down by the enzymes called cellulase. In case of bacterial cell wall, peptidoglycan, lipid, and those are broken by the enzyme called lysozyme. So in bacteria it is lysozyme which is breaking the cell wall. In plant it is the cellulase which is breaking the cell wall containing cellulose. In fungal cell wall it is made up of, yes, it is made up of chitin. So we have to use chitinase to break down this chitin. But in animal cell wall, as we don't have any cell wall, so we don't need any enzyme. Now next, after we degrade the cell wall, the next step is the cell membrane and nuclear membrane. And we know that all the membranes have more or less similar components. It's a phospholipid bilayer with impregnation of protein in it. Clear? So in that case, for nuclear membrane and the cell membrane, the more or less the enzymes will be similar. The phospholipid bilayer will be broken down by the lipase, clear, and the proteins, the protein part will be broken down by protease. So this cell will be now treated with lipase and protease, and now they are homogenized, clear, and centrifuged. Now when they are homogenized as centrifuged, this cell membrane and the nuclear membrane will break off and finally will reach to the chromosomes or chromatin, clear? And now we know that chromosome contains, or chromatin contains, the DNA which is coiled by the histone protein. It contains lots of RNA, so we have to use protease to break this histone protein. We have to use RNase to break this RNA, and finally certain lipids and carbohydrates are also there. So we will use amylase, lipase, clear, and finally what we'll get is the intact DNA. So this intact DNA, now we have to get this intact DNA. So to get this intact DNA, first of all, we will precipitate that DNA by chilled ethanol or chilled ethyl alcohol. Clear? If we give the, in the that medium, if we give the chilled ethanol or chilled ethyl alcohol, then we will find that the whole DNA will precipitate as a white fine thread like structure. And finally that fine thread like white structure or intact DNA will be taken out by the process called spooling. Clear? It is actually winding it with a fine device for appliance and finally to take it out. Clear? So this is how we will isolate the DNA from the a cell, clear, which we want. So this is the figure you can see after the chilled ethanol is given, the whole DNA is now forming is going to be precipitated, clear, as a fine white thread like structure, and finally by a device it is taken out, and that is called, by a device it is taken out, and which is called spooling. So this is about the isolation of DNA today till this, and next we will discuss about the various enzymes which are required for this huge unique technique clear, of recombinant DNA technology and all. So today till this.